Another question from Rana Ibrahimi. What's the best way to practice singing harmonies? I really need to work on that as a singer. Do you have a suggestion for Rana?
Yeah, well, there's not one way that I've found that works. So I think it's a matter of doing it and doing it and doing it. Um, I think you really need to come at it from all angles with repetition. So I think you should, if it's harmonies that are already established, like say I'm learning a Beatles song or something. Did I mention I like the Beatles? I don't know if you check them out; they're pretty cool. If I was learning a Beatles song, then I would want to learn it on the piano, and I would want to see on the physical keys what each singer is doing. And oh, cool. Um, I've had several ones that are coming to me, people that I've helped with this, and one guy, it was a very talented guy. He's super smart. He's this young kid. He's a self-starter. He's got like inventions and patents, and but he's really a rock star, like hip hop star kind of guy. But he's the real deal. He's awesome, right? He would sing, and his tuning, his intonation is great. But as soon as I sing a harmony with him, he drifts, and I know you've seen this really with people. There's no way you haven't, right? If he's singing, life is very short, there is no time. Perfectly. As soon as I came in, he goes, life is very thrown off track. And there's nothing wrong with the person. Super smart, super talented, super insightful, hard worker. It's a matter of repetition. So we would sit here and I would play the guitar and we would do 2-hour sessions working on singing harmonies. And we would pick a song and I would sing it in unison with him maybe 20 times. And then I would come and sing the harmony with him quietly. When you're singing harmonies, you have to have this dual-edged thing where, and I've never heard anyone talk about this, but I know this is how it is. But maybe we should establish this as a method or something. I don't know. But you have to have your radar out there, but you have to be self-centered and focused and like a freight train on what your part is, right? So you need to know what everyone is doing, because what if someone changes their stuff and they're the lead singer of the band and your job is to harmonize with them? Well, how often does a lead singer stay on the freaking train? Like ever, right? And it's not only this, and we're going off track here, but pitch, but also starting and stopping when they stop. If you're singing harmonies with someone, nothing says sloppy college rock bar band like everyone saying their vowels pronounced differently and ending at different times. Anyone can start the same word. It's like, I love you. Like, I love you. Well, what if the bass player, even though they're usually great harmony singers, goes, I love instead of love? You're singing, I love, and they're singing, I love. Well, that doesn't work in a pro sense, because you want to match your tonalities. You're not going to have. I love this analogy too. It's so funny because like Philippe and all of our friends, like it's like voice, and I see Vanessa was out there too. Like it's like, okay, let's learn the mechanics and the way the performance and all this stuff, but it's all about analogies. And that's the funny thing with voice coaching. I don't love coaching from an analogy standpoint. Like I don't want to sing through the mask or have a beam of light through your forehead. I want to know that, okay, well, we need to flip our TACT interaction, right? But I speak in analogies, so it's a fun blend. So I communicate what I'm trying to say, and I can't help it. But like if you're singing differently than the people around you in a harmony sense, it's like having a room that is decorated in rust tones, and it's brown and gold and maroon, and you have one hot pink windowsill, and that just does not work. So people singing harmonies need to pronounce their words in the same way, but often overlooked, and I know this wasn't the question, but it bears saying, ending at the same time. I love you. And one person's going, I love you. Well, no. I love you. No. Stop at the same time also. Pronounce your words the same way. Now, when it comes to practicing them, you need to identify your harmonies. Whether you're the harmony singer or the lead singer, you should both be able to do both, by the way. Any competent harmony singer should be able to jump on the lead as soon as the vocalist mic goes out, if you need to. Any complete vocalist should know what the harmony singers around them are singing. So it's a matter of it's just do the work. So when you're learning harmonies, to practice them, if it's a matter of not knowing what they are, then sit at a piano, sit at a guitar, and just play out what you want until it sounds right. And if you hear it in your head and you can't play it, then learn your intervals, and soon you will be able to play it. You'll be able to identify what it is, right? Okay. So, and like if I was singing, I love you, it's not always diatonic. That sounds very blocky, but the other person might sing, I love you. Well, you're singing in octaves. That person stays there, and now you're in a fourth, and then love you comes down to minor third. This person comes down to the fifth, down to fourth, love you. So I've had all these relationships in a very simple harmony. It's not supposed to be complicated. I'm not trying to make it complicated, but if I had this, I might sing, I love you, I love you. Okay, now it's all about putting the time in. There's no real shortcuts, is the truth. Sometimes things come naturally to some people and easier, and that's great, and harder to some people. But we all have some area that comes hard to us, and we all have some area that comes easy to us. So as more honestly as you can identify those, you're on the right track. So again, hopefully I'm answering the question. If you're having trouble learning harmonies, sit with an instrument, work it out, identify the intervals, sing it, put the time in, put the time in. If you're having trouble singing the harmonies or singing with the harmony singer, you just gotta work on being aware, but being bullheaded and not being thrown off track. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of great answers. So it's a little bit difficult because what is the best way to practice singing harmonies? What is the best way to practice anything is highly individual as well. I mean, the truth is, like Korel said, you have to put in the time to develop it. So there are different approaches, and one easy thing to do is, if you can play the piano a little bit, is just get a track, you can sing the melody, for example, yourself, record it, play it back, and just practice singing the harmony along with that. So if you have like your bass melody that you can repeat on a recording, then you can practice singing harmonies to that. And if, get together with some friends, have some fun with it. And that's just one suggestion, but there are several practice techniques. In the end, it's just putting in the time, and it will get better fast. It's just putting in the time.